Get your pencils ready, let's start the show. Travel Draw's here, time to let it flow. We'll sketch and laugh, won't you come along? With every stroke we'll sing our song. Travel Draw, let your imagination soar. Travel Draw, bring art to every door. No need to be perfect, just have some fun. Travel Draw for everyone. From silly doodles to masterpieces bright, we'll make something special day and night. Colors explode with each new design. In Travel Draw, it's always fine. Travel Draw, let your imagination soar. Travel Draw, bring art to every door. No need to be perfect, just have some fun. Travel Draw for everyone. So grab a brush or a pen or a crayon. Make a mark any way you can. In this world of shapes and lines, we'll see creativity shine. Travel Draw, let your imagination soar. Travel Draw, bring art to every door. No need to be perfect, just have some fun. Travel Draw for everyone.
And we are live. I welcome everybody joining in today as we do tonight's stream. So this one had to be delayed a few days due to health issues that I'm still dealing with. And I do want to announce that tomorrow's regularly scheduled stream at noon is pushed back to 5. Because I got to take care of some stuff in the afternoon tomorrow. So we'll be doing that there. But tonight we're going to talk about some YouTuber anime. We're going to kind of just look at the artwork. We're not going to, listen to the sound and whatnot because it's early. But we'll be talking about 3 different YouTuber created animes. I have to use air quotes on anime. But we'll be talking about that, and we'll be doing some drawing from Demon Blade, Witchin as well, and actually probably just do the Witchin, and do a request tonight that is an original character draw by an individual, and we're going to try some dynamic drawing and doing it. So that's what we're doing tonight. Just join in. It's going to be a little more relaxed. We're not going to be as heavy on the chat today, simply because the subject is self-explanatory. We're going to be looking primarily at how these YouTubers came about making their anime, what it looks like, if it is anime, if it even can be declared anime. Because in one, I say absolutely not, but I'm not the one dubbing it as anime. But we'll see. One thing I can talk about, over the last few times I said, once the contest is done and over with, I would be dropping Love Potion Lament onto Webtoons and Tapas as well. The contest is over. Didn't win. Didn't even get mentioned at all. But it was fun to do, and it gave me something to do, and I can see, how other people do. Hey, Iris, how's it going? But yeah, other than that, I've been trying to spend this week. I gotta move this eye up a bit. I've been trying to spend this week doing art for what we already have set up with the comics. So a lot of Witchin and Demon Blade pages. I'm about currently 2 in front of where I was, maybe even 3. I also did Magical Princess War, which dropped last night. at midnight on DeviantArt. The latest chapter of that. But I've learned a few new things, art-wise, over the few weeks. One that's going to be very handy as we draw, which is a little technique of Clip Paint Studio that I did not know existed until recently. And that is the fill tool can now close gaps on its own. So you don't need to worry about complete... I mean, it's going to depend on the size of the gap, but it's going to always be able to close the gap. I don't know if I'm drawing her the right way in her outfit. This is supposed to be Esme. So let's go to which and let's go chapter where she's in her outfit. I want a good look at her in her outfit. There we go. Yeah, it's not too far off. I gotta do her hair a little bit bigger on the outside. And we gotta do her goggles, which are gonna be the pain with her. Your football team might never win, but who needs score when there's more gin? Professors freed, improvise, the syllabus, a web of lies. But yeah, I'm finally getting to points in the comics this week where we're coming to the end to the football bit with Demon Blade, and when I can bring it up here, you can notice it's Tetra without her helmet. So it's the end of the game being drawn. So we'll be getting into the actual homecoming dance and the events in between that will lead to the big battle of the arc. But, and I mean, in Witchin, I'm getting to finally having Ida working as a waitress at Wands. So, there's that too. So, okay, she has a corset. That's what it is. So, corset. So, we kind of need to treat it like a corset. And I'll come back and do the hair a little bit. I do want to thank the new follows. So there are a couple of new follows that I didn't get to say anything on Sunday because, yeah, right after I said we may lose power, I lost power. So, on Sunday's stream. So, I do want to thank Classy Grease and Miss AK47. I believe they're both from Kick. Thank you for the follow. Okay. Esme would definitely have lipstick. And actually, I gotta draw her eyebrow because she's gonna be stern in this image, this panel. Okay, I see. So, a little bit about the topic tonight. So, with the advancement of technology, with YouTubers having a lot of money, some YouTubers having a lot of money, and a fandom, or, into something they want to advertise or whatnot, it was decided by a few of these YouTubers to make an anime. Now, one thing I have not heard from any of these reports, and from a brief glance, I still don't know with any of them. If they're going to be a single episode, multiple episodes. I think the Mr. Beast one will probably be multiple. But I don't know when we talk about Gigguk or Mindseed. Animation's expensive for people to know. Very, very expensive. A typical show can run almost $1 million an episode. And that's the outlier. It's not, the set price in all, but is an outlier. I gotta kind of make some room here. I can do the other one right here. Esme's little truth-seeking goggles. Excuse me. Tongue getting caught on myself. So, out of the three that we're going to talk tonight, there's others, and people draw their own. That is not what we're covering tonight. It's not people who put in the effort to draw their own work, or do their own series by hand by them. There are people that do that, and by no means, would I have something to crap talk on them. But when you have someone like Mr. Beast, who delegates everything, or Mindseed, who will go over my issues with Mindseed's one. And I'm a fan of Mindseed. I enjoy his, paranormal nonsense. I enjoyed Casey's work there, but as far as their anime is concerned, that's a little harder to say. From my experience in study and animation, how to draw, how to put together a series, my experience in watching a lot of anime. We literally just last night reviewed Masamura Kun's Revenge for the first season last night on Anime Anticlimax. And we're going to be continuing it next month because we want to finish it. And we gave an interesting challenge to the one person who has not seen the end yet. We asked them basically where they think the story's going. And so we'll see come the 20th or later this upcoming month. If it's not the 20th, it's going to be like September 10th or so. We will see where his suggestions were and are. Now, I know the answer. I know Brandon, who hosts the podcast, he knows the answer because he watched it. Mind you, I gave him the task to just watch season 1, and he went on ahead and watched all of it because it was 24 episodes. in total, or 23. I don't remember which. Not a long series, but between between season 1 and season 2 was a 5-year gap. So it's rather confusing the way it ended. So it's like, why? Why was that ended that way? And part of it is vid related, the COVID. Because it was supposed to release during COVID. So, the start of COVID. So it was one of those that got delayed that way, but it also got delayed because there wasn't, I don't think they saw the numbers quite yet to do a second season. It's weird. It's weird. It's a good anime. I'm not going to say it's, the greatest anime. It's a good anime. For a romance comedy, it definitely does something that most other anime don't. And I do kind of like it as a refreshment in that genre. And we, of course, had to talk about their mental issues in that series, where both the main characters have eating disorders, clearly. Okay. Esme's eyes are green, I believe. I don't know why I keep going to that one.
Saw you by the willow tree, sunlight sparkled in your eyes. They tell me you're long gone, but my heart knows that's a lie.
Whispers in the midnight air say you search but can't find me. I'm not a ghost, love.
I don't know what just opened. I did not ask for it. That's a Microsoft store open. Okay. So, we're at 8:15. I'm gonna kind of hit this at, on the 15s. And then 9:45 we'll kind of close it off. With the chat. And then we'll get on to the request. I am not gonna start with Gigguk. So, this is Mindseed, and this is Mr. Beast. Okay. I'm going to show you, like I said, we're not going to have audio for copyright reasons, and we're going to be just referring to the art in this. So this is Mr. Beast. Mr. Beast, of course, has a toy line called Mr. Beast Labs. And this is Mr. Beast anime. Let me try and move myself so I can show this. Where am I? Alright. So, yeah. They dub it Mr. Beast anime, Mr. Beast Labs. Alright. First off, very cartoony, banana guy, whatever. Overall, so far, not bad, not horrible, but it gets worse. Talk about the ego. Oh my god. Mr. Beast's ego. Let me try and get a better... Well, hold on. This is not anime. This is 2000s Saturday morning cartoon style, where they're trying to be influenced by anime, but it's not an anime. It's very much it's kind of like the game of telephone, but with art. And I can already see issues. The headphones meld into the hair here. This is a very just generic shaped form to the human body. And that's such a stiff move forward in that moment. And it's not great for animation. And they're trying to make this look like I said, a 2000s cartoon, where it's supposed to look cool and action-based and anime-based. Yet at the same time, you can see the budget is not really on animation. All the budget is going to the effects, and then when this character lands, which is supposed to be the Mr. Beast creature, I don't know. It's to sell his stupid toys. That's all I know. So the villains are called Shadow Monsters. The most generic name of a villain at all. And we don't know if there's like an overarching villain on top of that. But the animation is really stiff on characters that actually show form. And these shadow characters, they're a little more abstract, so they can be a little looser with. But watch the movement of the Beast. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4 panels. Let's see here. We're count the animation here. Basically go 1. Hold on. 1. It's not. YouTube won't let me. Damn it. It's like 4 panels, 4 images, and it makes it very jagged and not clean for animation. And let's get. All right. No, I want it. This is not animation. This is, you take this image, you put it behind a movable or one of these backgrounds. Here, let me bring up in the art panels here. So you basically, I can do the animation they're doing live on stream. So let's create a real quick character and do this animation live. So I'm going to draw this character real quickly. Kind of in the... Actually, it's a little bit different of the pose, but it's kind of the same. So actually, the head's out like this. And legs extended and whatnot. All they're doing is... Let's get one of those panel or styles. Actually, let's flip the canvas and we'll do it that way. So you can see it more in an aspect ratio appropriate. And where's one of them? I know I have them. I just gotta go through my list. Come on. Okay. All right. See this background? got how it's got lines and everything and whatnot. So this is a quick background for some scenes and whatnot. And if I were to draw, like I said, a quick character on a different layer, I put the face right here, arm like here, body, one leg going out, one leg going forward. Now ready for, let's see, we'll do it a little thicker so you can see this a little bit more. So, this is our character. I give him a big, muscly arm. What they're doing for animation is literally taking the character and doing this. That's all they're doing. It's not even... The character's not being drawn multiple times over. They're moving the character across the scene, which is a stiff and cheap way to animate. Now, I can't fault them for it, but essentially what they're describing in their animation, or anime as they call it, that it's an, you know, they're going through, but it's so cartoony and dumb looking. Yes, we stopped it at Mr. Beast grabbing popcorn out of the ass of this creature. Okay, that's how dumb this show is already. We do. I mean, this picture sums it up. How dumb this is. It's not a clean, detailed oriented. There's, for one, okay, let me show you something that we're working on. So I'll use tonight's request as an answer for this. So when you draw the human face, the human body in an anime or animation or whatnot, the face is in the lower half of the head. The forehead and top of the head take half the face total, or the head total, and the eyes are like right directly middle and a little bit down. You can exaggerate the form a little bit, but in this case, these eyes are let's go back to the talk screen. These eyes and nose, they're probably like 2/3 of the way up. Melee, thank you for the follow. So yeah, it's probably 2/3 of the way up. And so, with that image a second ago, even with them, you saw the sort of inside of the mouth. I'm trying to see if I can get it again. Maybe it was before. No, it definitely was like somewhere in between. There. They just essentially zoom in the scene and make a move like tiny bit. That's the difference. If you are here to advertise your animated series and it's supposed to be action-based, which is clearly what this series is based off, you don't want the series to be stiff and jagged in the trailer. You don't. It's just a horrible way to do a series. And I know I'm going to be attacked by Mr. Beast fans in this. again, they use the panel and just move. And there, in this case, they just kind of let me bring our model back up. Let's see here. They just took the background and moved it, basically to create that fist move. These are, to say these are amateur moves is an understatement. It's the basic, quick ways to make a cheap animation when you're doing an animation. And so when we talk about something like this, even the expression, his face doesn't really change in there. Only thing that changes is the eyes, and they raise the eyebrow. If you'd be more shocked, you'd be like, or actually, hold on, let me get the shock. Let's see. Oh, no. That's not what I wanted. I'm hitting the wrong buttons here. Okay. Yeah, it's hitting. Hold on. Let me. All right, do it on here. So that's happy. That's angry. That's overly happy. That's sad. That's shocked. You can see the mouth is lower, wider. The eyes widen up, and whatnot. In this video, the eyes didn't really widen. They just raised these and made the dots become smaller. And it's so stiff. Again, the abstract creations, in this case, as an animator, you have a lot more free reign with an abstract, especially inky-like or water-like villain in a series, because you're making them flow, you're making them move. But when you deal with a human, you kind of need to give a little bit more personality and actual movement into the figure. And I mean, here's another example. So where they get Jimmy up on the tail. There. Oh, I just missed it. Son of a. Okay. The drawing of Jimmy and the tail were the only parts that moved. Well, the drawing of Jimmy is just static image, and they just kind of raise this tail up on an aspect to get the movement, and that all the movement here is mostly, I'm not going to degrade South Park. It's on the level of South Park animation where you have a cut and paste, but it's meant to look hand drawn. Again, there wasn't really any change, and you can see it's still there. Same image here, was used here, but they just sort of changed the crop form and then just drag it down. That's all they're really doing. Making this an anime is, or calling this an anime is, one, a serious, insult to anime. In my opinion. And the designs suck. I'm sorry, but those... If you were going to create a popcorn-themed creature, would you go with the design like that? You'd spend some more time. The banana character, it's a little unimaginative. in my opinion. I get what they're going with, and I'm sure they have toys that are based off that. I don't know. I've never seen the toys from Mr. Beast, but if it came before me and I was grading that, I would have asked them to redo the character a few more times. And it's simply because you need to make the person or the character look livable. And both of those characters are so stiff as characters. For an animation, it's really just hard to continue to do something like that. And I know it's an animated series. It's Mr. Beast has got the funding behind it, but it's not an anime. It is by far, in fact, on the list of these 3 that I'm going to be showing today, it is the furthest from an anime. Now, the next one is closer to anime, and I'm not trying to be like, oh, I'm the harbinger of what is and is not anime compared to, what he's done or he's showing off. It's more a matter of the quality of the animation. When you have an anime, you have them really focus on how clean and smooth the animation goes about in telling, anything. Try and see if there's a lot of videos about these Beast Labs. If they're just, no, it's dumb. Hold on, I gotta show this as the irony here. So we're talking about this, and if we go down, our stream is right here. So yeah, Mr. Beast anime. No, it's more along the lines, I'd say, of Danny Phantom, at the best. Not at Danny Phantom's best, but at this show's best, it can reach Danny Phantom phase with the look. Story-wise, this is an animation to sell toys. It's got no other intention. I highly doubt there's a story here. Here's the monster of the week. It's animation inspired by Japanese animation. No. It's animation inspired by others who were inspired by Japanese animation. That's what this is. Because it is a cheap version of that. It's very stiff, and moving the background is the cheapest way to do it. To do animation. You don't have to move the character. You just make it look, oh, we're going fast. And we do that in comics. We absolutely present that kind of element in comics. So if I were to want to, make it fast, I'd put up something like this. With the character going forward. But for an animation, especially if an animated show, which you're talking 30 minutes, 20 to 21 minutes to be precise, of animation, that it's got to be filled, it's got to tell story, it's got to tell characters, and it's got to be movable. And 30 frames go into a second. So 30 frames times, let's see, 60, 30 frames times 60 times 20 is normally you'd be looking at 3,006 or 36,000 animation frames in a show. Around that. Around, depending, give or take some time. They might have more time or less time in an episode. But an animation director's job is to be like, we need to kind of lower that. Let's take 1,000 out by reusing animation or reusing, motions or stiffening the animation. And that's what they do. And that's shouldn't be what you're going to put in a trailer. Let's put it that way. So the trailer of Mr. Beast, I'd say go back to the drawing board. I really do. It's not the greatest that we're seeing. Now, I'm going to do a little bit more drawing because we're going to be doing this quite a lot, going back and forth this time. When we talk about situations with other people doing YouTube and animation. So, we're going to next hit Mindsieve TV. Mindsieve TV is a paranormal YouTuber slash, at one point they were a tech YouTuber as well. And in their work, that's pretty much what they've been known for. Now, last week, they announced, at the same time as Mr. Beast announced his animation, they announced an animation, and where Mr. Beast, all we know is Jimmy's in this is voicing in that series. This one from Mindseed has notable voice actors from anime. Notably, I believe it's Colleen Klinkenbeard. For those who don't know, that's the voice of Luffy in dub. And Chris Sabat, the voice of Vegeta, Piccolo, and Zoro in dub, are all in this animation project that he's doing. So, what you're not going to hear is their voices, but you'll see them each talked about. Now, there's a bigger problem, I feel, with Mindseed. It looks like anime, but you're going to see something a little off. And it's... If I was in the studio and that happened, I'd tell you to get the hell out. What Mindseed did. And I wouldn't be surprised if others are doing the same. And that is clear use of AI to animate. And a lot of people are like, oh, well, AI, it's the future, man. You can't get away with it. I mean, it's going to save money in animation. Anime is billions of dollars. And if you come to a studio and you're like, well, I've got this animation, but it's AI drawn, a studio is going to more likely be like, dude, why are you coming to us for voices? You could just AI voices. You could do the entire thing AI. And that's what we're going to kind of draw upon here in a minute. I just kind of want to finish up Esme here a little bit. So I can have her done. But yeah, I mean, overall, will there be YouTuber anime? Yes. And as we approach Gigguk, I will not criticize it as much as these other two. And that's because Gigguk is not only a well-diverse anime watcher, I mean, he's the anime man, as he's referred to. That is his nickname. But he knows people in the industry, both in Japan and in America. He knows what has to be done. Now, again, on all of these, well, I know Mr. Beast is a series. It's labeled as a series. All of these, I don't know if they're series, if they're just a movie, if they're a short series, which would be like 2 to 3 episodes or 4. I don't know. I do know it costs a lot to do this. Unless you'd go Mindseed's route. And speaking of Mindseed, let's go over there. Alright. So, this is Mindseed's project. We're gonna go over it a bit of it. Alright. Right here is where I can tell AI is coming to play. The way the shadow plays. The characters, while we're seeing them move, they're very repetitive. So, I mean, each of those people that we just saw move in that march, it is literally cut, paste, repeat. Every soldier doing the same movement. And then we get to the background here, and that may be hand-drawn, but it's really sloppy. Really, really sloppy. Steam World, thank you for joining in. Or Steam Hub World. And you can see some elements that are showing up a little bit strange and warped. Okay, so this is an original series then. Okay. This is another thing you can detect the AI. So most people think, oh, it's, we're warping the body in strange positions, whatnot. Another thing is a gradient fade. So right here is a gradient fade. If I were to take, we'll use what I've been working on, so we'll get the drawing. If I were to take a gradient fade, now, animators will do this at times and occasions, but if you really look at this, what they do in here, it's going to be very difficult. So it's a blur line. Let me get... Okay, so I'm going to blur. This is what the effect we're getting. We're getting this kind of blurred effect on the character the further we go in the back. And they're using dark backgrounds to kind of hide it a little bit. Another way to tell is the shot. The shot that is being done and repeated is almost always the character dead center facing the audience. And in anime, you do a little off the side, a little here and there, but this is a little more. We literally just saw it in the same shot on 2 characters. Literally. So we go from this scene to... Where's the other guy? You're not... Okay. To this one. Yes, it's an iconic scene for an anime to show a character screaming at the audience. But when you're just repeating it, especially repeating it shot for shot in a trailer, shows that something doesn't sit right here. And we're getting that same center shot right here. And hold on. Where most people will see the AI is in that water scene. These arms and limbs, look how distorted this is. That's a ripoff right there of Attack on Titan. Right there. The Attack on Titan creator could very well sue Mindseed. 100% that's Eren Yeager. Any anime fan knows that. And see, this is just a filter on... Basically, someone took the AI filter, put it over some military trucks going in a scene, and they kind of, touch it up a little bit to make it look and the fact that the animation continues to shift and not in a artistic style shows the AI here. Again, she's got the gradient right on the side. It's a little more strong where the light is, because they want you to see the focus, but you can start to see it's fading here, and definitely along around the hair. And this is a good reason. Alright. So, lighting is a key. This lighting would not happen in this background. You'd have blues, you'd have an overshadow, but at night you don't get clean, crisp oranges and browns unless you have a powerful light source. So, while I enjoy what Casey does as a YouTuber, using AI to fully create an anime that looks... let's go back to Chris Sabat's character. Okay, Chris Sabat. Okay. That's Guts. It's different color and tone, but you can't tell me that... Oh, wait. I don't even have it on. Hold on. Shoot. I didn't even show you guys. So, I apologize. This is Guts. Clearly. This is Guts. You cannot tell me this design is not this design. Hand for hand. And I mean, again, because I don't know if I had it when I pointed out to y'all. Let's see if I can find it. Eren Yeager, 100% Attack on Titan. That's the scene I was talking about with the trucks moving through the shadow. And we just get dead-on shots from this point. Dead on, dead on, dead on. To a very sloppy and broken. The leg would not do this. If your body and your leg is in this position, you're broken somewhere between your spine and your hip. Because a male hip would have it over here. So, I mean, you'd have much more angle. And of course, since, like I said, you have the gradient in this. The lighting is just horrible. So, I mean, let me try and pull up a scene of my own work. Oh, actually, I won't use my own artwork. So, anime scene night. So, these are backgrounds. I'm trying to see if I can find something that would be commissioned. All right. This is how it should be lit at night. It should not have bright oranges, bright yellows like it does here. And again, the lighting on Chris Sabat's character is another one that. So we go from this. The light source we have one here off to the side that is clearly an offshoot shot of lighting, but all of it's behind him. So this arm should not be shadowed or should not be lit up like that. This one, they got the lighting right. This one, she should have some back shadow. Her face should have more shadow on it. It really should. And the body should be a little bit more in shadow. So he goes through and he and he even admits he brought it to life with AI tools. So the problem here is he's admitting to AI tools. And we're looking at very stiff. So here's some more animation from the series. So. And we kind of just saw a stiff, it's like jagged. It's like one there, one there, one there, one there on the candle wax. And like I said, shot on. It's not, we're not getting a variety of shots. We're not getting an above shot. We're not getting a side shot. We're not getting any of that. We're getting straight on. And what you're not hearing, because I don't have it on audio on, is the footsteps. The footsteps are literally, they're literally somebody beating on a table. They're not shoe steps.
Nobody else could ever take my place. You know you're in awe when you look at my name. Hollywood bows to my unmatched fame. I snap my fingers and worlds at my feet. Paparazzi.
And the animation, see, this is where AI screws up. So when we get to the mom's face, that is far different than was drawn before, because you don't have a director really trying to make everything clean and precise so it fits one animation after another style. So you're going from cut to cut to a completely different. You're getting this sort of, rough. If I turn, I turn smoothly because the program, but the AI doesn't understand that, so it's going to be like with it move. She didn't have pockets, but she had pulled something out of pockets. I will say the lighting's a bit better on the atmosphere in this situation. That's the dumbest place to hide. I'm gonna hide under a table. Again, just that straight on. It's used so much in this trailer and in this preview. It's ridiculous. We didn't see the strike. So we just see a splat of blood and now they're tearing at her. We didn't see the creature even get near her. And that's... So, in comics, in manga, when you draw something, so let's bring it, that's going to happen to a character. So, what you do is you'll do one of two ways. You'll do, and I'll draw a character throwing a punch real quick on another character. So we'll do this. Next panel would be this. And the character reacting. Or, if you really want to show that punch, you kind of distort the form of the figure. You don't just jump to a reaction without seeing this first. You need to see that to see the reaction. And animation, you really need to see that. Otherwise, you're just kind of hiding away from the audience. So, and just all black screaming, nothing there. Hold on, back to there. I'm glad I didn't show the... Alright, yeah. So... if I were to reward this, so as I graded Mr. Beast, we're gonna grade this one too. If I were to grade this series, I would say you have to go back and give me a lot more shots at different angles, at different concepts. This would be, at best, and this is me ignoring the fact that it's AI, at best, a C project. Mr. Beast is a C minus. They're not. I'm not giving them Fs because they're not the worst animation that I've seen out there. But they're not anime. It's calling this stuff anime does a disservice for anime. It really does. And you can have all kinds of anime. You can have, cutesy anime. You can have dark anime, like this is supposed to be Vengeance Tide. You can have action, which is what Mr. Beast is doing. You can do that kind of stuff. It's fine, but you need to know shot composition. And it is different for an animation than a film or a video. So if I were going to do a shot composition for a film or a video, you want that upfront face. You want that kind of exactly how Casey is right here. You want that kind of position. But let's go back to drawing. In anime, here's your box, okay? This is what he's doing. He's just putting the character in the main scene. But most anime, it's kind of more like 3/4 scene or above, or like we're going to be doing today. This is being shot from above at a 3/4 angle. So it's bringing dynamic elements to this story, but she's not centered. I didn't center on purpose because she's got these wings. I got to show off the wings. If I centered her, the wings wouldn't come into play. So when you do this kind of stuff, you have to think of shot composition. I'll use this page of Witch in chapter 3 here, or 4. I don't remember. Yeah, this would be 3. This would be 3. So, no, this would be 4. Excuse me, this would be 4. So I have an outward shot. We see Ida here in the background. Here, let me do pinks here. So we can see Ida here, but we have the focus of the characters drawn right here. Then we go to, that is a center shot, but I shoot it at an angle, so we have a little bit more depth. Then we have a close-up, followed by a close-up with another character showing in the scene, followed with a close-up with some action. Now, if I were to do something like I'm doing with Demon Blade, so let's go with Demon Blade and some action. So let's do the last page that dropped. Okay, so this dropped this past weekend. And so I have the scene from the side. So let me put this here. Okay. So we have the scene from the side coming this viewpoint. And actually, I'll do it this way. Make this page color. Oh, no. Color. Okay. So he is going from this, looking here, then his body shifts down here with the ball kind of flipping here and going down. It's purposeful in a comic to design like that, to draw your page like that. I'll use my favorite example that I drew of this very concept. So we'll pull up Chapter 2 of Demon Blade. This page. The audience is to be drawn to this point, but I made it so the composition brings us in to tell the whole story by spiraling in this panel. Stuff like this has to be done when you're drawing or when you're making an animation. You need to know how you want your shot to be composed. Let's see here. Trying to think of another one to show off here. So, let's go with a more action-heavy chapter. Okay. Okay. This panel. So, while I have the character running off scene, which is usually a no-no at the beginning, it flows into this. Like that. It is planned to do the run, the flip, the up in the air, going down from a side view to the ultimate impact. So if I took out this scene, you wouldn't know that this would be occurring here. Again, if I took this scene out, all you'd have is somehow they're in the air all of a sudden, and then an impact. You're missing these two scenes that are vastly more important to carry this page along. And then we get a final reaction here. So, composition is key in animation and comic work. It's key in filmmaking as well. But when you're doing a YouTube video, the subject has to be in there and you kind of want it in the middle, but you usually don't want a straight-on I'm talking to the camera moment. Like Casey's doing here. But you get it all the time in this trailer. You really do. He continuously gives you, hey, the composition is, I'm looking straight on at you. And that's how it needs to be shot. No, you need to be fluid in the shot composition. You need to have different points of view of the events and the action occurring. And AI doesn't understand that. It really doesn't. Eventually, it may do. It may understand it. But if you rely heavily on AI, you get a messy piece. And that's what Vengeance Tide looks like. I mean, maybe it'll improve. I don't know. When Casey comes out with it, I don't know. We'll see. But as we get to the end of the chat part here, and the drawing on the chat part, it's important to note how, the studios and whatnot make this work. And that, I believe, is going to be the difference in our third person here. Because Gigguk, while it's his idea, his story that he's telling, he's got a studio to do the animation. And I don't know if he's doing this as a movie or a series. It just says animation. It doesn't say or project. It's not telling me if it's a series or a movie. But yeah, I mean, I'll pull up a little bit here. So, I mean, just even not playing the trailer here, you can see a lot of personality in this hand-drawn character versus an AI-created character. A lot of emotion just in the way the eyes are positioned, the color use. I mean, it's stuff that if you're going to create an animation and you're going to call it anime, you have to focus on that. Because a lot of anime is based on the emotion and feel from the characters, giving them life. And Mr. Beast was all stiff and hard to really see a change. The characters are just weirdly drawn, and it doesn't fit well in the setup. And in Casey's case, we'd be getting a straight-on shot of what Gigguk had presented. And the character would still look off a bit. I mean, we'll go into it as we get to that thumbnail or that trailer. Do I wish all of them to succeed? Yes. And, you know, you spend a lot of money on it. It's your heart and dream. Yeah, I hope you succeed. Do I think they need more time to cook it? Hell yes. With exchange of Gigguks. But again, okay, it's his own original animation short. So it's a short. So, okay, that's what I finally found out. So in Gigguk's case, he's good. It's a short. It's not a series. It's not a movie. It's a short. And most people don't really understand how much work is done in anime. There are people out there on the web that have made their own anime shorts before. They've either hand-drawn it themselves, or they, you know, maybe have experience in the industry and do it, and it's not unheard of to do it. I'm gonna real quickly look and see if any of my own animations in the past have are still up. Let's see here. I gotta go to my let's see. Yeah, I got a few. I think. Let's see. Yep. Okay. I'm going to show you an animat. So this is something I did 25 years ago. Okay. And this is Demon Blade. This is early Demon Blade. It was an animat about shot composition and a test on the style. So I mean, that's this one here. Walk cycle. So, understanding the walk cycle. And this is hand-drawn animation back in the day. And this is really crappy, really dumb, but it's the walk cycle. That's what we had to come out with. I've done some 3D animation. But this is... you're talking... when Toy Story started with this animation. And I did that in the beginning of learning computer animation. This unfortunately was taken down, so I don't think I can do this. Yeah, this video is no longer available. But that one was more the South Park that cut out, you know, put a mouth on here to change the mouth, and that one's more South Park style. And I did that one completely on my own. It's not hard to do animation. It's hard to do it well. And without years of practice, if you come into it and just be like, oh, I can get it this by using AI and it'll look cool. And you're going to be off model. You're going to be different shadings that you need. There's going to be funny, blurs here and there. The backgrounds won't match the characters. It's going to be a mess that you need to focus on with cleaning up and making a presentable anime. Hold on a second. I just screwed up somewhere. Nope. Wrong dude. Invert selection. Cut. Paste. I put that in the theme as the panel of the panels here. But yeah, when you draw a character or design a character, you need to have the idea of an emotion. Here, I'll use another example of my own. So, we'll go to the character art for Demon Blade. We'll use Tetsu if I can. There we go. This is Tetsu's character art in Demon Blade, where I wanted to show different emotions and whatnot, and then since they go into Tetra as well, I have a separate one for Tetra. So, open. And I did a lot more faces for Tetra in the scene where they're pouting, they're, elements that I knew I was going to run across and get the feeling and see different angles of how this is drawn on this character, how they act. And this kind of stuff is what Casey's missing. This is what Mr. Beast is missing. Having an organic character design that can show emotion, show feeling, and so that your artist understands how that character is to be drawn, how that character is supposed to look. And you need it in comic art, you need it in anime, and it just seemed to be missing a lot in there. So let's cover Gigguk. So Gigguk's making his own animation, or anime short, as we covered, and he's got the voice actor of Solo Leveling, VA. I don't know if it's the dub. Let's see if it says. Yeah, Garnt Menenafo, original creator, deeply whatnot. Two Japanese characters, Ren and Daichi, as they pass through the world, or the warp gate to the world of Euphoria, a land rich of nature, magical races based on South Asian folklore. So, Studio Daisy is handling the animation, directed by Yomitsu Oshi. Code Geass Recapture. Kevin Perkin, which I believe is a good friend of Gigguk, is doing the music. The Japanese cast includes Haru Mikawa, known for doing song from Solo Leveling, and Sore Ishigagi is joining the VA team with the most recognizable role being Wakana Gojo and My Dress of Darling. So Gojo and My Dress of Darling. And the English dub, Cincinnati, Giga's wife, is doing this. Hey, what's up, Uka Harsh? So, we're gonna play the video that Gigguk announced. Again, no audio, so we don't get copyright struck here, but we're gonna digest this a bit. So this is Gigguk doing an intro. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Okay. I think this is it. And so we had a great transition there. So we had the water, while it was centered, while the focus of attention was centered, the animation creature, it's moving smoothly, and we transition to it's in the sky as we meet our main female here. And go back to the boat here. So while this obviously was a still shot, you get the feeling of movement because it's put upon this massive background that has, environments here and different colors, and we get a little bit of dark, and it just go kind of move and pan. Again, that's like 4 or 5 total frames in this at most, and the character's just standing still, but his hair's moving, and the slowly move the background. So, just in that, the fluidity of the animation is so much better than the other 2 examples. And we're not seeing dramatic action in this show or in this short. We are still seeing the animation be treated well and not just being like just thrown in there. And you can see shot composition. While they are centered, they're still above because the center is like right here in the rice field. And it's a long distance shot to give you the convey they're out in this expansive area. And there's a good shot composition. Main character, let's see. Main character is about 3/4 of the view. Why do you do a shot like this? You do a shot like this to sort of separate the character and give you a sense of, distancing a little bit. This is a separation. This is a separation. This is a separation. So we get the character right here versus like dead center, which is right here. See, that may have been dead center that second ago. Let's go right back to that. But the animation's right here. It's not focused on the center. So you can see the treatment of the animation is so crucial. And yeah, I do believe out of the 3 declared anime that we're giving this, because this is either them themselves declaring it's anime, or some news media declaring it's anime. Um, Out of the three, Gigguk's actually is. It's flowing. It's showing emotion. It's showing composition. It's how you tell a story. If you filmed a movie and all you had was the character dead center looking at the camera, or the action dead center looking at the camera, it would look odd as hell. Odd as hell. You need to make the environment work with the animation. And that's part of the key. And we didn't see that with Mr. Beast, or with what we saw here with Casey. So we saw, the background here, one window and black. Just black. One of the biggest lessons that you get in art: never make your background all black. Never make your character all black. There are times and what you can do it. I've done it myself in my own work. So I'll pull another Demon Blade example. It's gonna be like chapter 4. So when I have the scene of the Demon Blade being summoned, I shift the black with gradient tones here and there, and then I go almost all black. Oh wait, hold on. I didn't realize. Hold on. There we go. So the scene is drawn out that I put in a gradient to give the light when the actual summon's occurring here. And all black. And it plays into literally what the page before was talking about. So, or well, not that page before, but actually 2 pages. So, Mai brings up the element in this story to tell the way to summon the blade is to seek the darkness within and find it. So the blackness is the darkness within coming out and expressing itself. And it's where we bring out the horror that is the Legless Man for Tetsu to deal with, coming about from the blackness and the dark in this very monster-driven form to convey the darkness within hides this individual, hides the nature of this individual. And it kind of gets revisited on chapter 6. When, let's see, where is it? This scene. So, I wanted to separate Tetsu, sort of get the concept that he's feeling isolated and he's feeling people being critical and talking about him. And so we have the use of the blackness in the background to kind of be like this organic layer. Now, you do use black in one sense in a comic making. You use it to determine the time in your gutters. So, going back to these past moments from this current issue, you see the gutters are black. And I do a little bit of a shine up and whatnot. That's to represent this has occurred. This is done. There's nothing to be added to this. Then you go to white gutters when you're finishing it, or doing current day, because things can change, environments can change. But it's important to convey emotions with the background as much as it is with the character. And it's, you gotta think about all of that when you're designing a situation, when you're telling a story, be it animation or drawing. And so, yeah, my grade for Gigguk, suitable anime. Suitable anime. It's not out yet. Do they have a time? Oh no, this. Do they have a time for it? So, oh, it premiered. Oh no, it premieres next month, end of next month. So okay, it'll premiere in Japan next month. I'm sure Giga will probably put it on YouTube or something. Maybe they'll get it up with Crunchyroll. I don't know. It'll be out though. Mr. Beast will be out in October, and I can't speak for Casey's Mindseed TV when that'll be out. But all in all, put effort. If you're gonna do it, put effort in it. And I just, we need to stop calling anime on everything. That is, so here's what I always defined anime, and I defined this back in 2000 when I was in college, and explaining this stuff to people that are like, oh, whatever, it's stupid little cartoons. Anime is not a genre. It's a style. It can tell from the kiddiest story to the most dark and adult story you could ever tell. There is no limit to the genre it can cover. But you've got to keep in the concept, everything that goes on screen is your actor in animation, no matter what. Everything on screen is your actor. Unlike with film, where you do a set design and you can compose the shots and you have the actor in frame and whatnot. But even still, you don't do face on, so you wouldn't do. I mean, let me try and do it with my character. That's about sent. So I wouldn't do this in film unless I'm supposed to be talking to the camera. So it's little elements like this we gotta figure out, what story are you trying to tell? How you want to line up the shot? There are many great cinematographers in film, and there are many great cinematographers in animation. But animation that usually, and this is going into Oscar territory here, of how they define Oscars. Animation in the animation category, according to Oscars, just has to be something drawn or, computer generated. It has to be of that nature. Now, a lot of people in Hollywood are like, oh, well, that means kids stuff. Because they grew up with Disney. They're like, oh, Disney equates animation. That's why Disney keeps winning animation. 100%. Them and DreamWorks. That's how they keep winning. Because they don't understand that animation is a style, not a genre. So, when I go and draw a character, I've got to think about, the setup. So in these scenes, okay, you'll only see the characters right now in this very panel below here. Might see a little bit of Abigail here, coming in, drawing out, and you see them at distance. Now, I'm gonna undo what I just did, and I'm gonna deselect, and I go to sketch. This is Abigail's backside. And this scene has Ida talking to Abigail and having a relationship, but it's in the kitchen, so we're going to sink here as she's doing dishes. We'll have some dishes lined up here, some cabinets set up for this kitchen. And I can show that concept because I already drew Abigail in this other page in the dishes, doing the dishes and whatnot. Could I do more detail? Yes. But in my case, with witching, is meant to really get out real quickly. My guy, why are you looking like an Avatar girl? Boy will look more cool. Dude, I'm trans. You should stream on shorts mode. That will result more in views. I'm going to be doing something soon with shorts. But it's not going to be these videos. These are live action, live streams, meant to be live streams to answer questions. And we're going to be doing a request drawing in 20 minutes for 2 hours. And the reason my voice is low is my today instead of higher like I do. It's literally my voice is hurting today, so it's down low. It's just it. It's the throat's been hurting a bit, along with my stomach, which is health issues, but it's not that concept. So, yeah. But yeah, hell, let's just go ahead and get started on the request, because I'm kind of in a rough spot with drawing the panels right now. So it's always kind of hard to do this and the topic and draw the panels at times, depending on the panel and what the subject is. Since today I wanted to break down animation, it was really important to kind of break it up a little bit there. But because of the detail that's involved in this, I went ahead and did the sketch. So we're not doing the sketch from rough. We chose the sketch out, and I'm going to show you the characters. So I was requested to draw this character right here, both here and here. Those are the examples I was given. And so, gosh, actually, yeah, let's see if I can do that. I'm going to show the details of this character. So, when I put in for somebody to give me a request, I ask for references. If they don't have their character drawn, give me, references of a character. This one went crazy. And I'll show you once I pull it up. I gotta go through a lot of messages to do this. Let's see here. One more. Okay. And I'll put this up on top if I can. Web properties. There we go. Okay. So the references they get here is they've added a little piece of each of these characters into their design. And it's very busy. Very busy. Drawing, not warning. So when you get into something like that, it gets complicated. It gets complicated for the art when somebody's like, "Hey, I want to do this little thing and this little thing, and oh my god, well, let's add this and this and this and this," and it's like you've got a very messy character design, and if I were to grade that. So going to the concept of the design, actually, do they even have ears? I guess they do. Let's not draw ears. Because I see the making of one here, but I don't think they have ears. I really don't. When you design a character, if you're going to borrow from other characters, don't borrow from like 20 to 30. Borrow from nature or borrow from technology or something. A little different look here and there. And, I just finished talking about don't use black as a part of the character or a part of the scene unless it's intentional. This character is designed to have sort of like a face screen for their upper face, according to the note. So what I'm drawing here is meant to be like some sort of digital eye. But I need to... So, of course, I close this off. And the concept of this character, I'm just looking at it some more from here, is this is supposed to be, and I'm not going to go straight black. I'm going to go close to black. Is that? And it's supposed to have... something like this for the eye. So, a lot of little nicks and knacks throughout the body. It's a complicated character, and as I always say, when you design something like this, you got to keep in mind how long it's going to take to draw this character. If you're going to do something like a comic book or an animation, you kind of need to understand the more detail, the more difficulty, the less it's going to be drawn on point each time. And the busier the model, the worse they kind of look. They really do. It kind of takes away from the model too much. And, I mean, it works for illustration if you're going to illustrate something. But if you're going to do a comic, my God, you're going to draw that character, like, on low numbers. You're going to draw the character, like, 6 or 7 times per page. maybe 4, maybe 3. And as a comic artist, you're paid crap. You're paid like 10 to 20 a page. You got to get that page done and done fast to make any money. As an animator, just 1 second of animation is 30 frames. You're drawing that character. You might not draw all 30 frames, but you're going to at least draw it 4 or 5 times in 30 frames. And so people do these elaborate, sort of, angelic or demonic characters that have all these little nicks and knacks and whatnot. And it looks cool. I will admit, it looks cool. But when you get down to it and you draw it over and over and over again, you're going to hate yourself. You're going to be like, why did I do so much detail on this? So, I got to do another caveat here about so Casey. Like I said, I enjoy his show. I used to be a Patreon sponsor. So, yeah, it's not like I don't support him with his work, but I don't want to support an AI anime. I really don't. That just really destroys me as someone who works in the art industry, who makes a living. Well, I don't make a living, but make money off the art industry, to sit there and be like, dude, you really need, to have composition, someone to come through and make choices that the AI is not going to do. You need a storyboard. I guarantee you there was no storyboard for Casey's. So let's bring this out. And in this one, I am doing foreshortening. So it's something that kind of separates the amateurs to the professionals, is understanding foreshortening. If you don't understand how the body moves in perspective, it will show through your artwork. And I'm really doing a bad job on this boob. Damn it. That's better. Okay, so they have this boob window designed for this character. I'm going to kind of do it a little bit different than I did in the sketch. I'm not going to put a gap there because that looks like an odd position for the boob. Okay. And this is where it's going to be frustrating. Let me go to the talk and I'll show you. So, one of the characters they chose was from Danganronpa. And she has all these sort of belts and hoops and whatnot they borrowed into this character design. And that is so freaking frustrating. As a person who's now drawing it, it's so frustrating to kind of get that. Because I'm drawing it, but I'm also drawing it at an angle. So I'm having to think in, where this kind of outfit that she's wearing is going to buckle with a buckle. And actually, this one, I actually should have one right here. And she has something. I don't know what this something is on this side that leads to the buckle. And yep, that's too thick. Okay. Now, they did say they did not want me drawing the weapon that the character has. But they were adamant I get this sleeve part right. And then she's got a full glove. So we kind of need to add that in with the framing. Okay. Fudge. Alright, I still gotta do a little bit with these guys. I'm gonna come in here and do the arm that way. So, up. Am I on? Oh, no, it's drawing blue, which needs to stop. Okay. So, we go here. I'll do the circle later. Let's get... Alright, let's see here. We need to get the leather here. Okay. There we go. And I gotta do the pockets. Let's kind of do something with the hair here. Shoot. This arm does look a little warped. Let's go a little longer. And again, full glove. No half glove, no nothing. So let's try and bring this out. Okay. Now, see, this is shortening's messed up. Oh, son of a. Here's what I'm gonna do. Pause that for a second. Okay, where did I mess up? I see where I messed up. Okay. The arms are fine. It's not the arms, it's the body. It's the mess. That's where I messed up. I see. It's been a few days since I drew this, so it's like, where was I? Okay. So. Can't do the zoom in anymore the way I did in the past, and it kind of annoys me. Okay. Now we'll do the belts, which will be right under the boob as one, and the lower one right underneath. Alright. We're not going to see the circle. That's why I didn't draw it. Bot of the day coming in here. And like I said at the beginning, tomorrow's stream is scheduled still to occur, but it's occurring at 5 to, I think, 9. 5 to 9. I might change that depending on how I feel in the morning. Because a lot of this is based on, my health going on right now. Which is in a lot of pain these days. I still feel these legs might be a little off. Even with foreshortening. Yeah, I'll just do this. Let me resketch them. That way I'm not screwing myself. Okay. Come on. There's some of this that's not erasing. Okay. There we go. Alright. So that would be to knee. And then that would be to foot. That even looks weird. If my hip is here, the thigh should go like this, down to the ankle. Okay. That's better. That's better. But we need to do the belt, which is just above the knee. Guessing it's on both. And they've got tears in the stocking. So okay. Let's try and draw that out. Okay, let's bring this forward. Let's give her a little intro there. Okay. Remove this.
Your toaster said your donut's gone. She spins in circles, yells, oh no. What happens next? Nobody knows. Your regular show is in a bind. 'Cause I don't know's warped inside your mind. A blinking eye.
Bring the line up here.
Say goodbye to normal days. I don't know's here to steal the stage with wisdom old and cosmic rays. She's got one eye but sees it all, from gossip queens to shopping malls. She's got a dance called the spinning step.
No, I do not. Quit lying. No, I don't. Alright. Maybe. I just answering. Okay. This song was literally put up for a day I wanted to draw that was normally our art or our gaming streams. And that's all I put this up there for. Was just like, oh, it's a special event, so I wanted to put that song in its place, and it's just like, eh. So one thing I should do with this skirt is its structure is a bit different. So let's bring this in. Oh wait, damn it. And the reason is it's a little pleated, so I kind of want to see the structure a little bit. Okay. Bring that in. These belts are supposed to be tight. Let's not do the circle until we get it to where we have the layer, the straps coming in. All right, there. Okay, we need to kind of do the tears. I will have to leave early. All right, I understand, Iris. Thank you for joining in and chatting. Good night. Let's add the pleat on this. Have a good recovery. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, and it's been one of those times where my stomach pain's been acting up, and it causes everything else to be weird. Nausea, vomiting, all that wonderful stuff. And goes to show, no one would love to have what I got. And if you do, you don't want it ever in your life. And it's not temporary. It's not going away. It's a permanent thing, but yeah. Okay. Kinda need to wind the pleats. And the reason I'm doing the line work now for the pleats, I would normally wait and do it later, but the drawing is got a pattern to this skirt, and I kind of need to draw that as is when I get to coloring it. So try and make it look like it's got texture. Just like the hair a little bit. Let's not do as big of a gap there or change. and the bun of it. Let's do a little bit there. Maybe a little bit there that's loose. I keep hearing. You can hear my asthmatic voice on top of this. Ugh. Okay. Okay. Gonna give a little lesson on bird wings. Ugh. Or angel wings. So, we have two different drawings for references for them. On bird-like wings, I'm gonna treat them as normal angelic bird wings or whatever. Let me pull up bird wings. Alright, let's go talk so I can show it to you. This is a bird wing. When you draw the bird wing, this point right here, this upper point, is the... So, this point right here is going in the drawing. Equated to this point right here. So, you'll have some dowry, or I'm trying to remember what is it. The lighter feathers. You'll have the smaller feathers up in the top, and they're being condensed and covering the bone, the muscle of the wing, instead of the the long feathers. You don't go straight long feather into it. So you're gonna go, a little feather here, and sort of bring them out. But I need to do it a little bit more pattern-like, since we've got time to do it. I'm going to try and play around with it to this upper portion where kind of goes a little bit more. I'm just dropping by. Tell you the yellow thing on Hamashira's upper arm is yellow R-band from the murder drones. Also, don't forget her tail and skull logo from Zone 10 Honor. What tail and skull logo? I'm not gonna get to her tail. We can probably get a little bit of it in there, but I don't see a skull logo. Where's the skull logo? Is this the skull logo? Hold on, let me pull it up. Right here in the middle? Is that supposed to be a skull logo? And if it's a skull, is it a human skull? Is it a creature's skull? And definitely need to know what kind of skull if I'm gonna draw it.
Potions explode, shards fly past my face. Theo grinning with charm in this strange place. The hair a mess, their robes catch on fire. Unpredictably cute, you spark my desire. Love potion bubbling stain.
And I need to kind of figure my medium wing lip or feather lip is going to be probably like right here. So that's supposed to be a... I'm guessing this is supposed to be a skull. So that's the only thing I saw that skull, maybe. Let's I'll make it a human. Roughly, essentially.
Shadow of your love has darkened every room, and I swear I can still see you everywhere I go. Your laughter echoes off the walls. And
Let's
burns through my
lengthen the feather.
I'm being haunted by your memory, and I'm too scared to let it go. Theo, please, I'm on my knees. I just wanna know how long it's been since you felt
Okay.
anything at all.
Alright, so this is where your full feather is going to come in. Not that great. Let's do.
The shadow of my life was only meant for me. Searching for the world I need to be. Everywhere I go, the past has been haunting me, and I've become a witch. Let her take control. Now I have to be who that is, me as I go. Love is something I never saw to know. Rylan, please, I'm on my knees. I just wanna know how long it's been since you felt the love you hold. You can tell I hate myself, and I don't wanna come back home. Rylan, please, I'm on my
Also, the wings are supposed. How are we supposed to tell it's metal, dude? If they're metal, they're not presenting as metal. Are they metal? So, this is the kind of stuff, it's like, Here, let me go back to the references I'm given here. Where are metal wings on any of these requests? Ideas. How am I supposed to know it's metal? It's never referred to anywhere in here. I mean, I just spent 20 minutes doing these feathers, and now you're telling me they're metal. You need to be clear on your requests, please. And it doesn't mean give me 30 individual characters from other series to represent a character. So I'm just erasing the wings. We're gonna rush this at this point, and you're getting what you're getting. If something's missing, that's on you. Be cleaner and precise in your requests. See, now I don't have anything sketched out, so I'm having to try and do something completely off the wall from the get-go, and it's not gonna. This kind of stuff needs to be planned out, man.
Smile still brings me close, makes you near. Though the years roll on and seasons turn, for your affection, my soul will always yearn. In my solitude,
sorry for not mentioning that. It's just be clear in what you request from somebody. It's all. I'm not mad at you for making a request. I'm just mad at you not explaining that this is a metal wing, because I can't tell that from the drawings that are there. This one right here, I don't even know what the hell they are. They could be, just laser beams for all I could tell.
Solitude, I hear you laugh. Every whispered secret, every humble craft. Though you're miles away.
So I'm trying to do the only way I can do this at this point in my mind is okay. Only way I can think of doing this is by referencing Marvel on this with metal wings. It's a weird concept to draw out. And even they have layers in theirs. So. Okay. Okay. Let's try and get that represented here. This is going to be better to do it with a line tool. Because I'm not going to get as many straight lines by hand. Did not want a guide. Give me that back. Okay. Okay. They still somehow come to a freaking feather? That doesn't make any sense. We're gonna do metal. It's gonna be an angle. About here, because we're gonna have another feather right here. Let's bring this in. Okay. I know you guys can't really see what I'm doing. Because it's a lot of small detail here to kind of get the feathers going right. Are the wings supposed to be yellow? Or at least the feathers of the wings supposed to be yellow. No, the metallic feathers are black. Okay. So I need a metallic black. Okay. We'll start out with a dark gray to bring them out first. And we'll get them to look metallic a little bit.
People say I'm
And then
just
the,
a fool for holding on to
oh, nope.
dreams so bright, but I'll break every single rule to bring you back into my sight. Smile of hope, don't fade.
Okay.
I'll search for you.
Gotta do the inner wing part here. Oh, wrong line. Wrong tool. Alright. Also, could you look up Zone Tan skull logo? These are the results. So, which one's Zoltan? It's several different results for skulls. It's got a blue cap on it. I'm not seeing a single one looking for that very thing you asked me to with a blue cap. And I have to note, we only have an hour and a half to keep doing these. So the wings are going to take a lot of time because they're metal. This request show is strictly 2 hours timeline. So the more detail you put in it, if you don't see it, I literally have right here in the top of the screen. So, the search. Bring this. Oh no, I can't show done. It's literally Zone Tab skull logo in the search. Exactly as you typed it. How about if I just do zone tab? Nope. No skull. Is there a reference in the art you have here from all the characters you put in this listing? I don't see a single character with a skull logo. Or this? Oh, wait, hold on. This is what you're talking about? Right here?
Making resolutions with a glass of wine. This year's gotta be better. Here's the sign. Going vegan and learning to bake won't last a week, but I'm feeling great. Here's to a year
Because that's
that doesn't suck.
the only skull-like thing I see. It has a blue cap.
Yet we care. It's a madhouse, but we're all there. Calendar flips, confetti flies.
Where's it supposed to go? Is it supposed to go on the top of the hoodie? Or on the hoodie part that I have? So is it supposed to go right here at the point of the hoodie? Right above the boob window?
Calendar flips, confetti flies. We toast to old madness in disguise. Upgrade my life with a single cheer, but it's the same me, just a different year. Going for gold, dreams in my head. Reality's hit and I stay in bed.
I gotta work on these damn feathers because it's gonna take forever.
Tomorrow maybe I might. Here's to a year that doesn't suck. Toast together for some good luck. Crazy chaos, but we're aware each year it's wild and we still care.
I may have to implement the rules from now on that state. Keep it simple. Do not do something like this. It's. I mean, it's a. I can't do that. No, because it's too much for people. But it does need the kiss concept of keep it simple. Because you've got a lot of heavy details on this character. A lot. Okay. We did middle, so it's going to get this tone for interior. bring that character back up so I can see the logo again. That is not a human skull, it is a freaking owl skull. Kind of.
Like it's some kind of joke. Oh, Ida, you're not my Theo. You can't just show up and steal his glow. You baked his bread.
Not supposed to be an armband, you're saying, so we'll make that an armband.
I cast a spell, but it's all going wrong. I'm chasing your shadow, but you don't belong. You hold his staff like you've tamed his sparks, but you can't fake the way he lit up the dark. Oh, Ida, you're not my Theo. You can't just show up and steal his glow. You read his books and hummed his tune, but girl, you don't know his starlit moon. There's no potion for this twisted ache. Your
Okay.
grin just makes me break.
Alright, before I get going with the second wing, let's try and work this out a little bit here. First, let's go with the colors. Let's get the purple going first.
Charm the skies and weave through the mist. Retrace the nights we danced and kissed. Not even Ida can take what we've spun, because my Theo's magic is second to none.
Yeah, the hoodie's the same color. Okay.
I'll charm the skies and weave through the mist. Retrace the nights we danced and kissed. Not even Ida can take what we've spun, because my Theo's magic is second to none. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, 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 oh.
Ice maker, make me some ice. It's a scorcher today, and that would be nice. Cool drinks in my hand,
Okay.
some frozen delight.
Let's
Oh, ice maker,
try and get the
ice maker, work through the night. Water
pattern on the skirt made.
begins. Clear cubes of wonder, let the summer spin. Hey there, little machine, please do your best. I need cold relief, I need icy rest. Ice, ice, baby, make the heat go away. Fill my glass to the top, make my day crunchy and cool.
Just trying to make sure I got spots filled in.
Maker, you're my hero this year. Sun blazing up high, I'm starting to fry. Without my ice maker, I think I might cry.
Are you trans? Yes, I am trans.
It's not enough, need that frosty refreshment to make me tough. Hey machine, don't let me down on this summer day. You'll wear the crown. Spinning out
Okay.
cubes one by one till
Let's
the
see.
scorching day's finally done. Ice,
So,
ice, baby,
got
make the heat go
big stripe,
away.
little stripe, big stripe,
Fill
little
my
stripe.
glass to the top, make my
Okay,
day
so we'll start with the big stripes.
crystal and clear. Ice maker, you're my hero this year.
Okay.
Water flows in and then magic begins. Clear cubes of wonder let the summer spin. Hey there, little machine, please do your best. I need cold relief, I need icy rest. Ice, ice, baby, make the heat go away. Fill my glass to the top, make my day. Crunchy and cool, crystal and clear. Ice maker, you're my hero this year.
Okay, little stripe. Not that little. Since you're coloring, it'll bring up the white things on our hoodie and our drawstrings. Yeah, I know. It's just, I'm not going to sketch them or draw them until I have the hoodie part done. But yeah, I figured those were drawstrings. In fact, if I take the character away, yeah, I drew drawstrings. It's just, I didn't do it yet on the character. Okay. There's a slight bit of skin tone there. And there. Oh, and here. Because boob. Oh. Yeah. Oh. A lot of lavender use here. Nope. Something's too open. Oh, I see. I see. That gray. Okay. These straps would, in actual use, these straps would be very restrictive on movement. Poor design for, because you're getting it from Danganronpa. I can't say it's on your character. It's poor design on the character in Danganronpa. Leather straps on legs like that would be very constricting. I know I've drawn that character before, and I'm like, I just don't remember her name. I've watched Danganronpa anime once, or at least the first season, not the third. since they don't have a second, which is weird saying that. But it was okay for an anime, but I do feel it could have been better in some sense. And the stockings are supposed to be... Are they supposed to be gray or purple? Because they're purple in one and gray in the other. Okay, let's do those drawstrings. So where did I have them coming? Okay. Go back down to 15. Damn it, it's too much. Okay.
Holding you close while I'm breaking apart. Each kiss a dagger,
Too much.
piercing my heart. Can't bear to shatter the world that you know. Holding this way, afraid it will show. Our love is a flame that flickers with fear. The more that I hide, the less you
I
are near.
kind of want to make this skull a little bit more uniform.
Shadows are creeping closer each day.
Let's go.
Hoping the light will keep them. If honesty burns, do I risk it all to save you from the peril I call? Or keep on pretending
Okay. Gloves are blackish. And then you have this caution tape sleeve thing going here. Ah.
I watch you laugh when she's around.
Okay.
Smile falls and hits the ground. Your eyes light
Okay, there's supposed to be more brass for the things on the head.
the truth.
I'd like to say goggles, but there are 4 of them, so
She calls you sweet. You're lost in pink. But I'm the one knows you stink. I held your hair when you got sick.
this needs to be...
Can't do that with
They're all kind of the
tricks.
same color, so I'll work from there.
She's stealing my time. She's stealing my
There we go.
Smoke, smirk, her hair's a mess. I'm your best friend and your love confess. She sends her text with hearts in soup.
Since you're coloring,
Rightful
okay, yeah, no, we got that. That was the strings.
truth. She'll make you lunch, store bought and flat. While I've
And a
been
grayish bow.
perfecting grilled cheese tacked. Do you see her shadow
Okay.
cast my way?
And I made lipstick, but she doesn't have lipstick, so I'm gonna remove that.
She won't climb trees.
But we'll keep a little bit of definition of lip.
That creek. I dare you find one other tucked in this unique. She's stealing my time, she's stealing my view. Does she know I'd bake a cake for you?
Antlers are supposed to be yellow like the armband.
Smoke, smirk, her hair's a mess. I'm your
Okay.
friend and your love confess.
Well, your armband is a mustard yellow.
She's stealing my time, she's stealing my view. Does she know
So.
I'd bake a cake for you? Don't need her smug smirk, her hair's a mess. I'm your best friend and your love.
Let's see, I have to work on this second wing. Oh, I'm not doing that with a brush. There we go. Okay.
Met you in a crowded park, stood out like a shooting star. No words found a way, but you took my breath away. Sunlight in your smile, could feel right for a while. Before I made my move, you melted into the groove. You're my mystery girl, dancing in the dark. Wish I knew your name, you've gone stolen my heart. Every night I dream of you, spending my days searching is all I can do. Lost in love with my mystery girl. I can't stand by till you are found.
Let's get this. Where did I let my...
Every night I dream of you. Spending my days searching is all I can do. Lost in love with my mystery girl. Time away only makes my love grow. Till the day I
Okay.
and we dance upon starlight as our hearts reunite. How I long for the day when your heart comes to stay. Right here by my side, our love will never die. You're my mystery girl, dancing in the dark. I wish I knew your name. You've gone and stolen my heart. Every night I dream of you. Spending my days searching is all I can do. Lost in love with my mystery girl. Lost in love with my mystery girl. Lost in love with my mystery girl.
Okay. Let's see. The longer feathers are done. Get the base color in.
Shadows from my past haunt me every night. Heart full of pain and fright, but I won't lose this fight.
Whispers in the dark try to tear me apart, burning hate in their hearts. I'll make a brand new start. I rise from shadows, harness all my pain, power in the soul. I break through the chains.
Look into my eyes, see the fire inside. From the battles I've survived, no longer can I hide.
Strength in every scar, each bruise a badge of honor. Fighting through the darkest hour, I'll prove I'm strong.
Alright, bring the last of the wing here.
Shadows, harness all my pain, power in the soul. I break through the chains.
Look into my eyes, see the fire inside. From the battles I've survived,
No longer can I hide. Strength in every scar, each bruise a badge of honor.
Okay.
Fighting through the darkest hour,
That shade up.
I rise from
Up. Zero. Hit the line.
power in the soul. I break through the chains.
Alright. Just stretch a second. Okay, let's start working on some shadow.
Skies turn black, networks clash, lights go out, every doubt, worlds on fire, scream and shout. Data lost, can't retrieve, screens of blue, defy belief. Wires tangle, sparks ignite, global grid just lost the
Missed the spot of the skull near the left. Oh. I'll hit it. Don't worry. Second. Look at the orange strap on her right leg goes all the way up her leg. Yeah. The strap goes all the way up. And it's hard to tell when you block things. That needs to be fixed. Where is... Nope. Where's my damn blender? Is this it? No. Oh, never mind. Leave it as is. Let me try to get a shade between here.
It ticks like a biting snake. Moments crawl, I start to break. 1,000 hours in empty gaze. In this mundane, endless maze. Walls they whisper, I can't
So that'll help with the metal a little bit. Wait.
Outside they mock my plight as I languish through the endless night. No crescendo in this silent play, just a solo of dawn in a bleak ballet.
Okay, we were talking earlier when we did the talk about the anime and people. We talked about Gaussian blur. What I'm doing here right now in the wing is using that blur. And I'm blurring it to give it a little more of an organic shine. Kind of like it's curving on a small edge of a metal. So I just want to get that little highlight that these would have. Pretty much reflective light, essentially. Alright. This is kind of establishing our light source a little bit. So the light is coming in that way. So keep note of that when we get to these wings. Up.
Feel this future, we climb side by side every time. Strength through the grime, bleeding courage from our veins. Battle cries, untamed brains. Through the storm, break the chains. Fire in our brains. Through the storm, break the chains. Fire in our brains. Doing hunted, past one to find. Fearless future, we climb. Side by side.
That's too thick.
Every time.
Too small. Let's go maybe 40 on a tip. Yeah, that might work.
Blade, evil spirits can't bomb it. Hand in hand, darkness collide, demons tremble, hours strive. Moonlight guides our path, in the night we conquer all. Twin heart will fight as one. In the
add in a darker tone. Oh, shoot.
Trust and strength, the melody. In this fight, we're not alone. Twin hearts, always conquer.
needs a bit bigger. All right, blending. Ah, wrong brush. Okay, that's the right brush. I just need to make it harsher.
We met in a schoolyard, chased wild and free. Innocence was our bond, you and me. You were my summer star in the night sky. Taught me to dream with no reasons why.
We carved our names in the old oak tree. Promised forever,
Up.
just you and me. Laughter echoes in the hallways.
Okay, I need to do the same with these others.
Life pulled us apart without reason or rhyme.
Childhood ghosts whisper through the trees. Memories dance in the soft summer breeze.
The piece of hair you didn't color yet is light blue. The lens, the goggles are yellow like lights. Well, they're definitely white on the thing. And what piece of hair do you say is not colored?
Childhood ghosts whisper through
All of this is hair, colored. These are gaps. The light blue is the pencil.
soft summer breeze. Though miles apart, our hearts still
And yeah, the lenses are purple there and white there.
I see you in postcards and hear you in dreams. The pull of the past is stronger than it seems. Silent letters that were never sent. Tell
Let's see if we can do this
me of the times we
quickly.
Time's a thief, but can't steal our song. In the heart's quiet corners we belong. Twilight hours, I still see your smile. Emotions that stretch for mile after mile. Childhood
Light piece on the picture with a red background.
memories dance on the soft
So that's supposed to be hair?
though miles apart, our hearts still can find. Love lies
And that goes on the ponytail then. When I get to the hair, I'll do that. But right now, I gotta finish your wings because they're metal and we gotta make them look metal.
childhood ghosts whisper through the trees.
It's a hair streak.
Memories dance on the soft summer breeze. Though miles apart, our hearts still confide. Love like a river
That didn't work.
we deny.
A nightmare in disguise, a twinkle in their eyes, a scar under
No,
their
it'd be
sleeves,
like this.
a liar
Okay.
who'll deceive.
Welcome to the family, the family. Welcome to the family, the family. The Guansdales await for you to join. Ada, my dear, you really should have been warned. A con man for a brother, a narcissist for a lover. There in the darkness you will discover
the secrets this family has covered. Welcome to the family.
I think I'm making that too clear.
Welcome to the family.
Yeah, I am.
Family, the Wansdales welcome you to your new home, one you will never leave and
Too transparent. There we go.
Do not be afraid, for you're not a guest. Oh, you eat are far more than that. If you think you can escape from where
Select,
you
reselect.
are, think again, dear
Go up here.
girl, that is just a
Go
fantasy.
light.
You will soon be part of this family.
A killer with a curse, a seer with a verse, a fortune and a hearse. The darkness will submerge. You don't even need to say a word. Welcome to the family. The family. Welcome to the family. The family. You may be a powerful witch, but Ada, if you don't like your husband, you can just switch.
That there is Uncle Dale. Don't worry, he is out on bail. Watch your back with Auntie Cat. She will stab you at the drop of a hat. Cousin Perth is missing since the bodies have been honored. And let's not forget our greatest grandpa, Gastivario. We should help him. It's time for him to go. Oh, of course, your future husband, Val, is the master of this grand show. You will join us. No, you can't go. Welcome to the
I'm trying to try and hand draw this
the family.
real quick.
Welcome to the family. The family. The Wansdales are a family in decline,
Which is why you will fit in just fine.
welcome to the family.
Because we're already at 11:30, and I've spent most of this time on wings. So that's what I was afraid of. I was like, deselect. This is going to get a very simple background because we're not going to have enough time to do much more.
A scar in the sky rips our time apart. Echoes of fear in the depths of my heart. Through the ages we run, dreams hanging by threads. Chasing a shadow of futures full of dread. Lavos will fall, fire in the night. We'll tear the veil, make a wrong into right. Through time's broken glass, we will answer the call. We rise, we fight for Lavos' fall. Cursed by the silence of an ancient scream, we carry the weight of a fractured dream. Mountains will crumble as the clock hands turn. A spark of rebellion in our hearts will burn. Oh, the darkness seeks to swallow us whole, stealing the hours, tearing at our souls. But we're warriors bound by history's tether. We'll rewrite
Okay.
forever together. Lavos will fall, fire in the night. We'll tear the veil, make a wrong into right.
Alright, can you color the gap in her hair bow now? What gap in her hair bow? Her hair bow's not gonna... And we're running short on time here. Just keep that in mind. It's not getting the right color. Top left of her head, where? This is not a gap. This is a curve of a bow. I don't know what you're saying is left undone. It's too open. And of course, I can't do the zoom in the way I like to. It's gotta. Next to the blue streak, you also miss a spot on her left leg. This is not a. This is a gap in the hair. This is meant to be your hair separation. That's not an empty spot. Yeah. You could feel that spot with the color of her hair. Alright, let's put it this way. I got 30 minutes, less than 30 minutes actually, to finish this. It was put there. I will seal it. No more requests at all for tonight, okay? No more additions, no more changes. Otherwise, this won't be finished. I will not post this. I will delete this file, and there will not be another request from you. You understand, it's a 2-hour free stream for you. I do this out of my willingness to help you people get an art piece. If you're not willing to, give me the time, you're not getting the work done. There, it's closed. I'm not.
Boots not bass. Turns out old Willie's laughing. I'm out of class. Oh, Stardew life is sweet like jam. Milking my cow while I befriend a lamb. Planting my seeds under skies of blue. This farm life's bonkers, but it's all I wanna do. Falling for Abigail, she ate my quartz. Poor Shane's drinking sadness, he's out of sorts. The townsfolk are weird, but their hearts are gold. Guess I fit
No, that's not working.
these stories untold. Stardew life is sweet like jam. Milking
That'll work.
cow while I befriend a lamb. Planting my seeds under skies of blue.
Since we're doing purple, the background should be red. It's an opposing color.
In a land of pipes and bricks, jump the gap, avoid the tricks. Coins and stars and power-ups. Stomp the Goombas, don't give up. Lava flows and turtles spin. Spiky shells, it's Bowser's den. Smash the blocks with fireballs. Break the walls through it all. The princess is in another castle. Keep on jumping, more to battle.
Let's do, because this is going to be the quickest way I can do a shadow on this.
Give up, fight through the hassle.
Damn it. Quit going to page.
Flying fish
Okay.
and bullet bills. Climb the flag,
Select.
test your skills.
It's the only way I'm going to get a quick shadow here.
Red and green, save the kingdom, be the dream. Every leap, every fall, even when you hit a wall. Keep your courage, find the way. Trust you'll see another day. Princess is in another castle. Keep on jumping, more to battle. Princess is in another castle. Pixels dancing on the screen. We've played it all, we've seen the scenes. Time to wrap up
Nope,
this
that's not gonna be it.
dream.
Damn it. Alright, let's do it.
Like, comment, and subscribe, my friends. This game's over, but it's not the
Why is the tolerance low on this? Oh, it's a.
hit the bell, we'll do it again.
What the hell?
Thanks for
Yeah, that's
watching
weird.
to the
Pen. I need a pen. Let's get it larger.
fought the battles, won the prize. In this world of lows and highs. Sign off now with goodbyes. But next stream will rise and surprise. Like, comment, and subscribe, my friends. This game's over, but it's not the end. Hit the bell, we'll do it again. Thanks for watching to the very end. Pixels fade, the game shut down. We'll be back with another round. Join soon, don't lose the sound till
Let's do a few shades to this red.
like, comment,
No, hold on.
this game's over, but it's not the end. Hit the bell, we'll do it again. Thanks for watching to the very end. Pixels fade, the game shut down. We'll be back with another round. Join in soon, don't lose the sound. Till next time we stand our ground. Like, comment, my friends. This game's over, but it's not the end. Hit the bell, we'll do it again.
No, that's not a brush. That's the freaking. Alright.
Valley green, wire light with a peaceful scene. And my seeds, watch them grow. Simple joy start to flow. Fishing down by the calm blue stream, catching dreams that softly gleam. Building friendships day by day. In this place I want to stay. Under the star-blue sky, where the stars shine so bright. In the moonlight
Okay.
we'll play.
I've got a little bit more shadow to do, but we're coming to an end here because we're running out. Trying to do more.
Everything feels so right. In this world we
Pen needs to be much smaller.
together we're strong.
Okay. So shadow right there.
Every day we have
What the hell? Is it? Oh, I have the tolerance up too high. That's what I have it up. That's what it was. Okay. Thought I had opaqueness up. I'm getting tired. Okay. Let's hit those two. All right. Not particularly happy with it, but that's it. I don't think I can do anymore. Metal Wings kind of just messed up with the sketch for what it was. Okay. But it's over. I was not a good person. I always say go out and be the best you can be. This was not me being the best me I could be. My tensions were high. But rightfully, I have to put my foot down. So, I mean, we talked about this last week. It's about you. You gotta take care of you. And what I thought would be a quick, cool draw, yeah, I'm not pleased with it, but it's going out there. Alright. So, yeah. Go out there and be the best you can be. I may be back tomorrow night. I might not. Depends on my throat voice. Because this is me being really exhausted with my voice. As always. Well, actually, let's thank the people of chat today. So Iris, Garmara, thank you for the chat. Subworld, thank you for the chat. Melee 119549, thank you for the sub or the follow, whichever. Which I think it was the follow because it was on Kick. Urkarash, thank you for the chat. And Brady Gilwalla, thank you for the chat. Like GD, thank you for the chat. And as always, have a wonderful evening, a wonderful week, and a wonderful year. Good night, everybody.
Lights go down streams and thanks for time we spent. Laughs and smiles all through night. With you, it feels just right. Signing off, don't forget like, comment, sub. Signing off, ring the bell and show some love. Good vibes, share the fun ride. With you, I'm filled with pride.